It is so nice to see you, Laura. It feels like it has been a long time.
I know, David. It must be at least 2 months. Life has been so busy recently. Thank you for inviting me for coffee.
It was my pleasure. This is a great new cafe. I thought you would like it.
I love it. The atmosphere is so relaxed. It's the perfect place to catch up on a Saturday morning.
So, the last time I saw you, you were just about to start your new job. How is it going?
Oh, it's going really well. Thank you. I am really enjoying it.
I am so happy to hear that. It's always a little bit scary to start something new.
It is. I was very nervous on my first day, but everyone on the team has been so friendly and welcoming.
That makes such a big difference. A good team is the most important part of any job.
It really is. And the work itself is very interesting. I feel like I am learning new things every day.
That is the best feeling. So, remind me, what is your official job title? I know you are working for that big software company.
Yes, that's right. My job title is Project Coordinator.
Project coordinator. That sounds very important and very official.
It sounds more impressive than it is, I think.
I don't know much about that kind of role. What does a project coordinator actually do? What are your responsibilities?
That is a very good question. When I tell people my job title, that is the first thing they ask.
So, give me the simple explanation. What do you do every day?
Well, in simple terms, my main responsibility is to help organize the company's projects.
So, you are like the master organizer.
That's a good way to put it. I work with a team of software developers and designers. They are the ones who do the creative and technical work.
And what is your role in the team?
My role is to make sure that the projects run smoothly from beginning to end.
That sounds like a very important job. So, you are not writing code or designing things yourself.
No, not at all. I don't have those technical skills. My skills are in communication and organization.
So, you are the person who keeps everything and everyone on track.
Exactly. I am responsible for the project schedule. I have to make sure that we meet our deadlines.
Deadlines are the dates when the project must be finished, right?
Yes. So, a big part of my job is planning. At the start of a new project, I have to help create a project plan and a timeline.
So, you have to break down a big project into many smaller tasks.
Precisely. And I have to assign those tasks to the different people in the team.
So everyone knows exactly what they are supposed to be doing and when it needs to be finished.
That is the goal. A good plan is the foundation of a successful project.
So a big part of your job is planning. What about your daily tasks? What does a typical day look like for you?
Well, every morning, the first thing I do is check my emails.
I think that is the first task for every office worker in the world.
Probably. I get a lot of emails from my team members and from clients, so I need to read them and reply to them. That is a key part of my communication role.
So you have to be a good and fast writer.
Yes, and you have to be very clear in your emails to avoid any misunderstandings.
I can imagine. What else do you do in the morning?
I usually have a short meeting with my project team every morning. It's called a stand-up meeting.
Why is it called a stand-up meeting? Do you have the meeting standing up?
Yes, we do. It's to make sure the meeting is very short and focused, usually only about 15 minutes.
That is a very clever idea. If you are standing, you don't want to talk for too long.
Exactly. In the meeting, each person gives a very quick update on their work. They say what they did yesterday, what they are planning to do today, and if they have any problems.
And your job is to lead that meeting.
Sometimes, yes. My job is to listen carefully and to understand the progress of the project. If someone has a problem, it is my responsibility to help them find a solution.
So you are a problem solver, too.
A small problem solver, yes.
So, after your morning emails and your stand-up meeting, what's next?
The rest of my day is usually a mix of different administrative tasks.
What do you mean by administrative tasks?
It's the general work that is necessary to keep a project organized. For example, a big part of my job is scheduling.
Scheduling? You mean organizing people's time?
Yes, I have to schedule all the meetings for the project. I have to find a time that is suitable for everyone, and then I have to book a meeting room.
That can be a very difficult job. It's hard to find a time when everyone is free.
It can be like trying to solve a very complicated puzzle. I have to look at everyone's calendars.
So you have to be very good with details.
You do. Another one of my duties is to keep all the project documentation organized.
Project documentation. What is that?
It's all the important papers and files for the project. The project plan, the budget, the reports, the meeting notes.
So you are like the project librarian. You have to make sure that all the information is in the right place and easy to find.
That is a great description. I am the project librarian. I am responsible for updating the documents and making sure that the whole team has access to the latest versions.
That sounds like a very responsible role. If the documents are wrong, it can cause big problems.
It can. So I have to be very careful and detail-oriented.
It sounds like a lot of your job is about making sure your own team is organized.
Yes, a big part of it is internal communication, making sure everyone on my team is on the same page.
On the same page. That's a good idiom. It means everyone has the same understanding and information.
Exactly. But another very important part of my job is external communication.
What do you mean by external communication?
It means I also have to communicate with people outside of my immediate team.
Like people in other departments in the company?
Yes, for a project to be successful, many different departments need to work together. We need to talk to the sales department, the design department, the finance department.
And your job is to communicate with all of them?
Yes, I often have to write emails or make phone calls to people in other teams to ask for information or to give them an update on our progress.
So you are like a bridge or a link between all the different departments.
That is a perfect way to describe it. I help to make sure that information flows smoothly between all the different parts of the company.
And what about clients? Do you have to talk to the customers too?
Sometimes, yes. My manager, Ms. Klein, is the main contact for the client. But sometimes I have to email the client to ask for specific information or to schedule a meeting with them.
So you have to be very professional in your communication.
Yes, very. When you are communicating with a client, you are representing the whole company, so you have to be very polite and clear.
Wow, Laura. It sounds like you have a very busy and responsible job.
It can be busy, yes, but I really enjoy it.
What is the best part of your job? What do you enjoy the most?
That is a good question. I think for me, the most satisfying part of the job is the feeling of teamwork.
You like working with other people.
I love it. My team is full of very talented and creative people. The developers, the designers, they are so good at what they do.
And you enjoy helping them to be successful.
Yes, I love being part of a team that is working together to create something new and exciting. When we all collaborate well, it's a wonderful feeling.
I can imagine. It's nice to share the success with other people.
It is. Another thing I really enjoy is the feeling of accomplishment when a project is finished.
When you finally reach that big deadline,
Yes, you work on a project for months. You see it go from just an idea to a plan to a real finished product. It is so satisfying to see all the hard work come together.
so you like the feeling of seeing a project from start to finish.
I do. It gives me a real sense of pride in my work and in my team.
It sounds like you have found a job that really suits your personality. You are a very organized and communicative person.
I think so too. I feel like my skills are being used in a good way.
So, we have talked about the best parts of your job. What about the other side?
The other side?
What is the most difficult or challenging part of being a project coordinator?
Ah, yes. No job is perfect, of course. There are always challenges.
So, what is the biggest one for you?
I think the most challenging part of my job is dealing with unexpected problems.
Unexpected problems? What do you mean?
Well, you can make the most perfect project plan in the world, but sometimes things just go wrong.
Can you give me an example?
For example, a key member of the team might get sick and be off work for a week. Or a technical problem might happen that is very difficult to solve.
And these problems can cause delays.
Exactly. And when there is a delay in one part of the project, it can affect all the other parts. It's like a domino effect.
And it is your job to manage that situation.
Yes, it can be very stressful. You have to stay calm, you have to communicate the problem to everyone, and you have to help the team to create a new plan to get back on track.
So, you need to be very good at problem solving.
You do. And you need to be flexible. You can't be afraid of change.
It sounds like it can be a high-pressure job sometimes.
It can be, especially when a big deadline is approaching. The last few days before a project is due can be very intense. But I imagine the feeling of relief when you finish it is even bigger.
Oh, yes. The feeling of success is so much sweeter after you have overcome some difficult challenges.
So, that is a very detailed description of my job. I feel like I have been in a job interview.
I'm sorry. I was just so interested.
No, it was good. It helped me to think about my role more clearly. But we have talked enough about me. What about you?
Me?
Yes, remind me of your job title again. I know you work for that fashion company.
I do. My job title is Social Media Manager.
Social media manager. That sounds like a very modern and fun job.
It is a lot of fun, yes. I really enjoy it.
So, what are your main responsibilities? What does a social media manager do all day?
Well, my main responsibility is to manage all of the company's social media accounts.
So, the company's Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok pages?
Exactly. It is my job to create and post interesting content on those platforms every day.
What kind of content do you create?
It's a mix of things. I post photos and videos of our new clothing collections. I write captions and stories. Sometimes I organize competitions or work with influencers.
So, you have to be very creative.
You do. You have to always be thinking of new and interesting ideas to engage our audience.
And what else are you responsible for?
A very big part of my job is communication. I have to reply to all the comments and messages that we receive from our customers.
So, you are the voice of the company online.
In a way, yes. It's very important to be friendly, helpful, and professional.
And do you also have to look at the numbers?
Yes, that's the other big part of my job. I have to analyze the data. I have to track which posts are popular, how many likes and shares we are getting, and how many people are clicking on our website.
So, your job is a mix of creativity and data analysis.
Exactly. It's a very interesting combination.
It's so interesting to hear about your job in more detail.
And it's interesting to hear about yours.
You know, even though our jobs are very different, there are some similarities.
Really? What similarities do you see? My job is about fashion and social media, and your job is about software projects.
I know, but we both need to have very strong communication skills.
That is very true. My job is all about communicating with the public, with our customers.
And my job is all about communicating with my team members and with the clients.
So we both spend a lot of our day writing emails, messages, and reports.
And we both need to be very organized. You have to plan your content calendar and schedule your posts.
And I have to plan my project timelines and schedule my meetings.
And we both need to be good problem solvers. You have to deal with negative comments or technical problems with the platforms.
And I have to deal with project delays or technical problems with the software.
So you see, we are not so different after all. We are both professional communicators and organizers.
That's a very nice way to look at it. The skills are universal, even if the industries are different.
Of course, there are also big differences. Your job is much more creative and visual than mine.
And your job is much more focused on long-term project management than mine. My work is very fast. Every day is different.
It sounds like we have both found jobs that suit our personalities quite well.
I think we have. We are very lucky.
Well, this has been a very interesting and productive conversation.
It has. I feel like I understand what you do all day much better now.
And I have a much clearer picture of your role as a social media guru.
It's funny. We are good friends, but we don't often talk about the details of our jobs.
No. When we meet, we usually talk about our hobbies or our holidays or what movies we have seen.
It's nice to connect on a professional level sometimes, too. It gives you a new respect for what your friends do.
I agree. I am very impressed with all your responsibilities. You have a very important job.
I am very impressed with yours, too. You have to be so organized and calm under pressure.
It has been a lovely catch-up, and the coffee here is excellent.
It really is. I think I am ready for another one. Do you have time for a second cup?
I would love a second cup. I have no other plans this morning. My only responsibility today is to relax and enjoy the weekend.
That is the best kind of responsibility.
It is. Okay, let's try and get the waiter's attention.
I'll do it. After this, you have to tell me all about your holiday plans for next year.
It's a deal.